Hello everyone, today we're going to make a reaction to Geography Now, Botswana, and Botswana is a country in Africa. Original link in the description. I will start the video and...
Bling bling, welcome
Alright
to
then,
Diamond Town, Africa.
excuse me then. Let's learn about...
Geography Now! Hey everybody,
Okay,
I'm your host Paul Barbato. If there was
alright then.
ever an African comeback kid, Botswana would definitely fit that
Alright
title.
then.
But first, you know the drill. Let's dissect the flag.
Okay, the flag. The Botswana flag would be the fun
The
mail.
flag is pretty simple. It has a blue
Alright.
field cut horizontally by a black stripe with a
Alright.
white frame. The blue represents water, or more specifically rain, as it is a precious resource the country relies on and sustains the life of the country. The black and white frame also has two meanings. The first one being that Botswana is a country of diverse cooperation between people of different races that work in harmony, and the second that it represents the stripes of a zebra. Easy.
Excuse me. A zebra, sorry. That face of the zebra.
Botswana's location is kind of serendipitous in that for the longest time, they didn't even realize that they were sitting on buried treasure. First of all, Botswana is located in the southern area of the African continent, about the same size as France, and is bordered by 4 other countries. Looking at the map, you would think Botswana is only bordered by Namibia, South Africa, and Zimbabwe, but if you look very close at the northeastern tip where the Chobe River meets the Zambezi, you see the Zambezi quadrupoint in which all 4 countries meet. This spot has the ever so narrowest of borders, only a few dozen yards wide, that Botswana has with Zambia on the Zambezi
Zimbabwe
River.
is the last episode, but let's not get to that.
Takes you to the Kazungula ferry, the only place in all of Botswana that gives you access to Zambia directly from Botswana. This is also the only part of Botswana that touches the world-famous Zambezi River, which has been historically used for centuries for navigating across the African savannas. It's kind of funny though, because when drawing the borders, they probably could have taken more, but Namibia was like, oh hell no, I'm gonna go get me some of that Zambezi, y'all. Look at me, I got this dry skeleton coast. I needs my hydrations. Botswana's capital and largest city is Gaborone. If you speak Setswana, it's pronounced Gaborone. Located close to the border of South Africa, and the country is divided into 9 districts. With the exception of Namibia's straight and quite frankly very distinct and noticeably well-marked border with Botswana, the Caprivi Strip, most of the borders are rivers, like the Chobe, Limpopo, the Shashe, which, by the way, in the very east, Zimbabwe was like, look, I know we're using this river as a border, but I'm just going to draw a radius around the station of Thule, and everything in that circle is mine to use as a wildlife reserve, even if it does cross the river. Okay, wildlife reserve. Okay, you can have Zimbabwe. Otherwise, Botswana is pretty open and free. As the 3rd least densely populated country in Africa, it's a haven for nature and safari enthusiasts. Ooh, good opportunity to transition.
Okay, let's learn about physical geography.
Botswana doesn't just have a bunch of open land, but also a bunch of exceptionally unique land, unlike anywhere else in Africa. First off, the country is generally flat, and about 70% of the country is dominated by the semi-arid Kalahari Desert and dry savannas, especially in the west part of the country, whereas the east and the north parts are generally greener. In the far north and the northwest district, you have one of the strangest natural phenomena, the Okavango Delta. Now, if you've heard of this place, contrary to what you may have been told,
Botswana. Botswana is a beautiful and interesting country.
In Mali and Sudan. However, this world-renowned heritage site sticks out because of the way how the delta operates. Basically, the Okavango River meanders into geological faults that, in response, spread the waters out into a vast network of channels, creeks, and wetlands. Now, here's the thing. Every year, rainwater from the highlands of Angola come down and surge into the Okavango, causing the entire flood basin to swell up to 3 times its permanent size between March and June. For the next few months, the entire
I have not reacted Angola,
shallow, swampy wetland with an abundance of wildlife that flourishes in it. In fact, one of the strangest things about this area is that it is one of the few places where you find animals that, contrary to their cousins in the other areas, have completely adapted to the hydrated landscape. You can see swimming cheetahs, lions, and even hyenas fully acclimated to the conditions that surround them. Nothing is scarier than knowing that a cheetah can swim after you. Finally, at the latter months of the year, the Okavango dries up again, and about 60% of it is absorbed by plants, over 30% is evaporated, and the rest is either transpired into underground aquifers or drained into Lake Nyami. Now, granted, Botswana is dealing heavily with drought and desertification in their country and is trying to combat it with legislative action. To the east, you have the even stranger Makadi-Gadi.
Cheetah is the fastest animal in the world. So.
Just like Salar de Uyuni that we learned 2 episodes ago. Remember? This area used to be a lake that
I have
dried up and is actually the site of Botswana's largest salt and sodium carbonate mines. If you look closely, you can even see the mines close to the eastern edge of the basin. No, those green rectangles are not crop fields. Those are actually well fields and solar evaporation ponds filled with water that are used to process and calcify the minerals in the mines. Speaking of mines, since the 1980s, Botswana has actually been the world's largest producer of gem diamonds. Five diamond mines have opened up since independence, and the world's richest diamond mine is found in Jwaneng. The diamond industry has actually played a huge role in the past and in today in the development of the economy and people's lives. Now let's talk about that.
Demographics.
Botswana is kind of like the place that you would be proud of if it was your little adopted African son. Unless if you were African. Well, I mean, Africans can adopt Africans too. You would be proud of it if it was your son. First of all, Botswana has just a little bit over 2 million people, the majority of whom, about 80%, identify as ethnically Tswana, which is also where Botswana gets its name from. Botswana. Other minority groups include the Kalanga, the Basarwa, the Kagalagadi, and a small percentage of the population is also white, mostly descendants from former English and European settlers during the colonial days. Actually, recently, there's been a huge influx of white people moving into Botswana from neighboring Zimbabwe as the president Robert Mugabe, if you could even call him a president, much less a 3-decade-long dictator, has instituted laws that actively discriminate and oppress the white minority, unless if you are like super talented, like Christy Coventry, who won 7 Olympic medals, including 2 golds for Zimbabwe in the 2004 and 2008 Olympics, and Mugabe called her a daughter of Zimbabwe and gave her $100,000. Oh, sorry, back to Botswana. Essentially, pretty much everybody in the country speaks English, but Tswana people might speak Tswana or Setswana, and many of the white people might speak Afrikaans as well as a second language. For those of you who don't know, by the way, Afrikaans is kind of like an Africanized Dutch. Long story short, Botswana used to be part of the British Empire under the name of Bechuanaland. Okay, let's just get it over with and get the pun out, because I know you'll go crazy if I don't. Bechuanaland in Bechuanaland. There, you happy now? Moving on. The interesting thing, though, is that Botswana actually has very fascinating tribal groups found along the rural areas of the country. One of the most sought-after people groups for studies by sociologists would have to be the San Bushmen, found in the northern regions by the Okavango Delta. The San Bushmen people speak a Khoisan language, which is saturated with these unique click sounds. Many dialects can even have up to 48 different click consonant sounds.
Okay.
The country operates in a democratic parliamentary republic with a president as a head of state. In fact, according to Transparency International, Botswana actually has the least corrupt government in all of Africa, on par with countries like Portugal and South Korea. Culturally, Botswana identifies
I did Portugal,
and
I'll do South Korea on
region.
September.
About 70% of the people identify as Christian, and regular church attendance is actually pretty high. The rest are either non-religious or ascribe to folk religions. Essentially, though, Botswana used to be one of the poorest countries, but today has developed a steady economy and infrastructure that has made it into the 4th largest GDP in all of Africa, on par with countries like Mexico and Turkey. This is partially thanks to the mining industry, but also to the new financial sector that Botswana is heavily investing in. With strong fiscal policies and free market enterprises, Botswana was able to nab over $7 billion in foreign exchange reserves just about 10 years ago. Today, Botswana has Africa's highest credit rating, and with a well-capitalized system which allows high interest rates, Botswana seems to be doing something incredibly right. I'm coming for you, Switzerland! Wow, Botswana, looks like you've stepped into the international limelight. Now let's see how that's going for you.
Okay, let's learn about friend zone.
Now, when it comes to friends, Botswana kind of has like this weird seesaw effect in which they like groups of people that typically don't like each other. First off, we have Russia and the US. The US is not only a huge partner with multiple embassies and consulates for each side, but so far is also the largest provider of aid in medical relief, and especially in the HIV and AIDS division amongst the residents. Peace Corps professionals consistently stop by and even help build facilities, as well as develop and train native Botswanans to tackle the issue. Nonetheless, Russia is actually seen as a little bit more favorable to the Botswanans. Russia swooped right in shortly after independence and was one of the first countries to acknowledge Botswana as a nation, just like they did with Angola and Benin. Are you kind of seeing a pattern going on here? They hit it off really well early in the game. Russia maintains numerous trade policies and educational cooperation agreements with them, and to this day, each side has embassies and consulates. Botswana was kind of seen by Russia as like a potential breeding ground for communist ideologies. However, unlike Angola and Benin, the whole thing never really kicked off, and eventually they became a democratic republic, but still maintained good relations, and to this day, Botswana is one of the countries that Russians do not require a visa to enter. Then you have have Israel and Pakistan. Pakistan has been a favored business partner and has built ties with Botswana for years, and even has overseas embassies in Beijing and Yemen for each other. However, Israel also has cooperation agreements and invests heavily in the irrigation sector to help Botswana fight its desertification problem by suggesting models that have worked for their own country. Israel is also facilitating the development of the Botswana International University of Science and Technology. Finally, you have what Botswana would consider their best friends, Namibia and South Africa. These three countries go way back. First, South Africa used to have some drama with Botswana, but today is really close and has signed numerous agreements in tax, agriculture, health, transport, and more. A huge portion of the Botswanan economy is dependent on South Africa, and culturally they resonate pretty close as they were both parts of the British Empire. Namibia, though, is really close to Botswana too, but remember, Namibia kind of broke away and became independent from South Africa. So here we have a country and another country that used to be part of that country being friends with this country. It's kind of like going to a party and realizing your ex-wife is there. Nah, but relations between South Africa and Namibia are fine.
I am not
Soon
reacted
after
to South
Namibia's
Africa,
independence,
but
Botswana was one of the first countries to shake hands and sign treaties. The only issue is that Namibia once scared the crap out of Botswana because they almost planned on deferring the water from the Okavango River away from the basin to help irrigate their land, which would destroy the whole delta. Luckily, the plans were diverted. In conclusion, Botswana is like the little African country that accidentally got blessed and then ran with it. Stay tuned, Brazil is coming up next.
okay, goodbye.